Hello. Yeah, today's Saturday, March 6th, 2021 at 10:14 a.m. Let me turn the light on. So, this is one of those remodeled rooms, I guess. But the curtains, were a struggle last night, and then the front door. But I'm glad I got those problems fixed. So, you know how some people say haters gonna hate? Well, I'm not really the type of person who will call somebody a hater. That word hater, I don't really use that word hater that much, but yeah, I got what you wanted, a job, and you still got a problem with that. So I don't know what time today I'm supposed to get to work, but I was able to get some sleep off and on between close to midnight and then 6 or 7 o'clock this morning and couldn't go back to sleep. But I mean, I'm still unsure. I guess I'll just wait around for the manager to call me um, for work. So I did say that I was ready to start as soon as possible or any time, but I kind of felt like caught off guard and not ready yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway, because it's like I didn't expect it to be so soon because usually they take a while. But I'm glad and thankful because I'm glad and thankful because I finally got me a job. You know, I have a bachelor's degree, but they said that as a targeted individual, you'll either be forced to be unemployed or underemployed or forced to work jobs that you're overqualified for. And most jobs wouldn't hire me because of being overqualified. But I know that seems like I don't know. It's like I never been really in a position of authority or leadership, and I'm 37 years old. But it's like people who have been way younger than me can have positions of leadership and control and authority and everything like that. It's like the idea that I've been forced to live in isolation for many years and being depressed and stuff. And I've been trying to look for jobs, and the job opportunities been sabotaged. So I just have to remind myself that I'm not in the position of wrong, like the narcissistic perps want me to think that everything I do or say is wrong. That that I've done nothing wrong and that I'm innocent. So it's like I saw that. I mean, I got 6 thumbs up, but the jealous haters, I know where you come from. Me getting 10 thumbs down when I said I just got my job. It's been very hard for me to struggle and fight for a long time with nobody hiring me or giving me a chance. And I heard most people really don't hire you if you're disabled. So that's a struggle to try to get a job. And people don't know my situation. So I finally got what y'all wanted, a job, and you still got a problem with it and gonna give me thumbs down on a video when I said that, I got hired, finally got hired. Because it's really not that easy to try to get a job, especially if you blacklisted and stuff like that. And then narcissistic abusers, they're always counting on me to not last, you know, 6 weeks on a job. And so, they'll try to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me that nobody's gonna hire me And then if I do get a job, they'll say, yeah, I bet you won't even last 6 weeks. So, um, my first job at Popeyes years ago was the job where I lasted the longest. And I thought it was 4 months, but it wasn't even close to 4 months. A 17-year-old child being forced to be subjected to workplace bullying and workplace mobbing. It's not fair, you know. And then being blackballed and blacklisted. So it's like I heard that workplace mobbing and blackballing and blacklisting and that they all go hand in hand. Or workplace bullying, and it's like so many snakes in suits, in the corporate world and stuff like that, or psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissistic abusers, all of them. So if you have that bossy coworker or that obnoxious next door neighbor, or the if you're married and you have the in-laws that you hate so much, they might be that might be why you can't stand them, because they might be part of the narcissist, sociopath, psychopath category. If you have neighbors that are just so obnoxious, think about that. Or if you have to deal with sibling rivalry, think about that. So it's like I'm still trying to work on my own personal healing from my traumas and stuff, and all that therapy and psychiatry for years. No pill in the world will heal you. I promise you. They just temporarily suppress, your symptoms, but they don't. They're not a real cure. And big pharma profit off of you being sick forever, so that they can keep making more money off of you. I think I got the air conditioner on too cold. That's might be why I didn't get to sleep so well last night. But it supposedly rained last night, but I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, maybe God blessed me with this job as a result of those narcissistic, sociopathic perps trying to attack my finances. So maybe He blessed me with the job, just in time, just in the nick of time. It's like I'm a single female and considered vulnerable all by myself. So it's mainly the other females, like just like mainly narcissistic females will say that I deserve to get raped. And I don't understand why they would feel like I deserve to be raped. And those are the same ones who pushing for me to stay down, like pressing me down like holding a sponge down. It's like they trying to press me down and keep me homeless on the streets, you know, rather than allowing me to flourish and, get my own place. So it's like transportation is kind of hectic here in Pensacola with the way the buses run and everything, and how crazy they are and everything. Pensacola is a place where you need a car. You have to have a car. And places like New York City and Los Angeles and probably Chicago, Illinois, and San Francisco, a car is not really necessary. But New Orleans used to be a place where you didn't need a car. But now, the way things have changed, you pretty much kind of need a car in New Orleans as well. Sometimes, and somewhat need a car in New Orleans, especially if you got to go across the river. because the idea that if you got a job and then if say if I got a job and the buses stop running, like even pre-coronavirus, the buses stopped running at about 6:30, unless it's the military buses, then they only run a little late. But to me, trying to get back into the mode of driving again, to me that would be like exercise. Trying to get, it'll be like a physical and mental exercise to try to get back into driving again. But I don't have any access to a vehicle. I don't have access to a car, and I have to go back and restudy the road rules of driving and stuff like that. And see, when it was 2017, I was sleep deprived, and I passed the test while I was sleep deprived. I passed the written test for the to get my chauffeur's license to be a cab driver. And narcissistic abusers try to bully and threaten me away from the cab driving jobs. What's the difference? I mean, if they think I should quit the cab driving job and go drive for Uber, you don't tell me what to go drive for. You know, so they'll try to tell me how stupid I am and that's a slave contract and stuff like that. No, you're narcissistic enough that you want me to be under your slave contract of having nothing at all. At least I was trying. So yeah, they had some people who told me that me that if I could have got a cab driving job here in Pensacola, that I could have had a roof over my head and a cab driving job, and then that could have helped me get off the streets. And that was my goal and my aim when I was in my hometown, New Orleans. That maybe I could stay afloat and stay off the streets, and maybe stay in hotels or cheap motels as a cab driver. But the narcissistic perps wanted to make sure that I wasn't successful. And then the cab drivers gave me broke, raggedy cars on purpose that break down. And then they ignore my calls and leave me stranded. And, one of the perps had purposely gave my cab that I was driving the second time attempt at trying to be a cab driver. They, I don't know how I got a flat tire. And I think it was the perps that did that. Gave me a flat tire because I know I didn't roll over anything. So they probably slashed the tire in the middle of the night. But it's like very crazy that they're the narcissistic perps deliberately and on purpose trying to block me from living normal life, and they don't have that authority to do that. They're just regular people. They don't have a position of authority or power over me. And even family members don't have any authority over me anymore. I'm not a child. So the family acted like they were so heavily against me trying to be a cab driver. But if I rent a car, they'd be the first to want to ride in my doggone rental car. But it's like people like Ramona would do stuff on purpose to set me. It's like she would, make certain noises or smack her food while I'm driving, and other family members too. Back then they would try to smack their food or do other noises or abuse on purpose to with a deceitful looking smile on their face, hoping that I would get into a car wreck. Foster sister Shelley used to do stuff like that too. If y'all say that I don't have the mentality or the sense to drive, but then y'all always want to ride in my car. I mean, when I had my own car, the Hyundai Elantra, the foster sister Shelley used to have me when I was going to University of New Orleans, and she lived close by there. So She if she thought I didn't have the sense to drive, why she always wanted to ride in my car every morning and have me making my responsibility to transport for free. And she never offered me no gas money or nothing. And they acted like as if they were proud to quote unquote pimp me out or, you know, use me as an errand girl, like as a slave or something. Them using me for favors and making a fool out of me. In the afternoon in 2006, after Hurricane Katrina, Shelly used to force me to go pick up her kids from school, and then my curfew was 3 o'clock p.m. and I was at 22 years old. I was not allowed to go back out and about. Out and you know, I was supposed to be forced to stay in the house and clean up at 22 years old. So it's like I told y'all, like when me being forced to stay with the foster family, after I turned 18, the abuse and beatings and stuff and the torture got worse after I turned 18. And even in 2006, I mean, it was very hard for me to find a job and get a job. And even after Hurricane Katrina in 2005, I'm like, why did everybody lie and say that there were guaranteed jobs for us Hurricane Katrina victims or Katrina survivors? And so, seeing like pizza jobs wouldn't even hire me and stuff, pizza delivery and stuff. I could have had a pizza delivery job to keep up with, I could have been delivering pizzas or something like that, you know. But I would take a pizza delivery job over a cab driving job any day because me transporting people or driving people around. Nah, the way people are and stuff like that, I would rather just drive by myself and then have like a couple of minutes interaction with somebody, and then go get in my car and go on about my business, whether it be a pizza delivery or Instacart, DoorDash, or any food delivery or something like that. I think that's more ideal than transporting people like Uber and Lyft or let's see, Uber and Lyft and taxi and stuff like that. But me being a targeted individual, I was wondering why when I was working at the zoo in 2018, everybody like all the narcissistic perps who were young kids, like 18 and 19, and I was in my mid 30s, and they were all bragging about all the tips that they got. And most days I got no tips with the zoo job, but I'd be lucky if I got $5. But only one time I got a generous $10 tip. And but making snowballs, I never got to make the snowballs, but I made the lemonade and sold the ice cream and chocolate covered frozen bananas at the zoo. And so it's like I even was doing the lemonade too, and so they it's like even the lemonade other people who were selling the lemonade at the zoo, they were bragging about their all the tips that they got and stuff like that. So me being targeted as far as tips go, I may get little to no tips if anything was. Well, I'd be surprised if I do get tips. But so many people would tell me, "Oh, you're such a nice worker. You're one of the nicest people here," and stuff like that. But I was wondering why, when I worked at the zoo, strangers, they would just get their ice cream or get their banana and go on, and almost nobody wanted conversation with me. Maybe a couple of times within that almost 3 months that I worked at the zoo, only maybe a couple of times I had people who come talk to me and interact with me and stuff. But most of the time, nobody want, like, people like they just got their stuff and was gone, and I had to deal with a few rude customers. Like one time, when it was a white male who looked like he was in his mid 20s, and he came to get ice cream or something like that, and he bullied me and aggressively and angrily demanded that I give him a straight dollar, a straight brand new dollar, and which I hardly had any, and he was aggressive and bullying with it. So I mean, but I've had perps give me back change with blood on it, and then I got. It's like I would never do that to somebody. And it happened quite a few times. They'll give me money that was very dirty, or money that's got blood on it. But neither. I mean, the dollar bill that I gave the guy was in his change back. It was an actual just a regular dollar, but he wanted the dollar to be brand new and perfect. And I figured he was either a perp fucking with me, or I don't know what the hell was going on, why he treated me like that. But I didn't realize that, people giving me dollar bills with blood on it as change back, or giving me money that's super dirty, 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 dirty enough to not want to touch it. I didn't realize that was part of the gang stalking. And then they refused to give me switch out the bloody change with the regular money. I mean, I wasn't in no way asking for a brand new, pretty, straight dollar, perfect dollar, but I was just asking, for a regular dollar with no with change back with no blood on it. And it's like that was really frightening, but I did not connect it, or didn't realize that it was them doing that to me was part of my gang stalking and part of my targeting experiences. I guess they did that to subliminally hint to me that I'm a blood sacrifice and blood money. They said that we targeted individuals are worth a lot of money, but then they make us feel like as if we are of zero value and of zero worth. But I heard that souls cost a lot of money. So I heard that since we still have our soul, that's why they want us so bad. I mean, if your soul is precious and you still have it, and people who don't have one trying to take one from you, and that's why you got to deal with narcissistic abuse, and they're trying to break you spiritually and stuff like that. So I mean, they have some stuff I'm still trying to learn. You know, but yeah, it's like scary that somebody give you bloody dollar bills and then refuse to exchange it for regular dollar bills. I mean, I guess it didn't cross my mind to go get. I mean, it happened at fake Walmart one time, and it happened at Subway, and I think it happened at another place. So it didn't cross my mind to go get the manager, but I politely, changed that guy's dollar bill. You know, I mean, it was a struggle because most of the dollars were regular dollars that were used up, and I hardly had much of any. And I tried to get him the best, whatever dollar back without arguing or fighting back with him. And I probably should have cussed him out or told him something. You know, I figured he was a perp. But then, when I got robbed at work, that probably was a street theater situation, or a staged robbery. And then at the zoo, when those snakes came by me and I freaked out, they probably put those snakes over there and thought that the shit was funny. And it was two snakes mating. Somebody said that they were mating because they were crawling, two snakes crawling really fast, and one on top of the other, and they came right by me. So when I was working at the zoo, so they had some corrupt and shady stuff going on at the Audubon Zoo, and I'm wondering if that was a satanic ritual with the jaguar getting out of the breaking out and then killing 9 other animals, and then it was kept on a hush and kept secret and called a conspiracy. And that was God must have taken me out just in time because everybody was scared to deal with the zoo after that jaguar killed 9 other zoo animals. So I don't know, some scary stuff. So I'm done rambling for now. So thanks for listening to me, and I'm gonna let y'all know later on how my day has gone. So I'm gonna try to get a nap in, and keep my phone on. I mean, I don't usually keep my ringer off because when I have the ringer on, I get startled easily. So that's why I have the ringer off. But I frequently check my phone, but I'm gonna have the phone on, and I guess whenever they call, I probably might jump out of my sleep if I have dozed off. So I'm hoping I'm not gonna be nervous and like be nervous and just anticipating for them to call, like waiting around all day. I need to just try to relax and get me some sleep. And my feet hurt from yesterday, like as if I worked, but I didn't work yesterday. But I did a lot of walking yesterday, and my feet feel kind of blistery. So let me stop rambling. I talk too much. Thanks for listening to me. And go subscribe to or listen to my Candy Grandpre channel. If you don't know how to spell my name, you can spell CandyGrandpre. Y'all can go look at my other gang stalking videos and stuff on that channel as well. The other main targeted by the Psych World channel, I still can't post on there. So any of the channels, y'all can go look at, catch up if you want to, whenever on your free time. And perps not welcome. And before I leave, Stars 15K came on my Candy Grandpre channel and illegally tried to subscribe. She's blocked. So thanks for listening. I'm gonna see y'all later. Love y'all and bye.